So, a gloomy Monday morning, and I'm joined with Jack from Abshot Estates, who's the managing director. Hi, Jack. Thanks for coming on.
Hi, Dan. You right?
Very well, thank you. Very well. I know, obviously, we were going to try and get you onto one of these lockdown interviews 1.0, but then the market opened after we managed to get around to do it. So, thank you for coming on for lockdown 2.0, and we can have a discussion and see what challenges you faced and what you'd change, shall we say?
Absolutely. And it's always lovely to see you, Dan, anyway. So even if we can't see you or go for a coffee at the moment, at least we can do this.
Exactly. How you been? How's business?
Yeah. Business is good. I mean, I suppose it depends on which part of the market you're talking about, whether you're buying, selling, investing, letting. It's different depending on which part of the market you're interested in. I suppose from my point of view, I sell properties. So from that point of view, it's good. There's a huge buyer demand at the moment, which is obviously aided by the stamp duty holiday, low interest rates, etc. So from that point of view, it's very good.
Good to hear. Just before we go into the questions, Jack, just tell us and the viewers a bit about your model, what you do, so we can get a feel of what sort of what you're offering to the market and have the insight there.
Sure, yeah. So Abshot Estates is almost a boutique style property company specialising in the sale of property, predominantly in the SO31, PO14 areas, as that's the market that I've worked for a number of years. But we're not really like your traditional estate agent in as much as we're not Monday to Friday 9 to 6. I always sort of joke we're 24/7, and you know the reason being is because nowadays half of the people we deal with want to deal with us outside traditional working hours. So Saturday, Sunday's our busiest day. We don't have a conventional high street office. I've done that for 15 years. I've been on the high street, sort of working at each and every level. And it was really sort of 2019, September 19, that Abshot Estates was born. And I have a hub office down at the country club on the border of Warsash and Titchfield Common. Which, in a way, I probably see more people, or I used to see more people down there before it shut than I did in the high street. So it's a very personal, I'm almost like a personal agent, really. My clients only deal with me. I'm available, as I said, sort of whenever I'm available to answer the calls, and just really on our thing is, an unrivaled personalised service, really.
It seems to be working for you because we see, I live in the local area, so your boards up everywhere. So it seems to be working. Also where your office is, it's always nice to have a bit of tennis on the lunch break, don't they?
Yeah. That's when it's not raining. I should get into the gym. That's what I need to do.
Hey, oh no. Well, I've recently started running in lockdown 2.0, and well, got 3 minutes off my 5K this morning, which is quite good.
Oh, well done. That's great.
Hamstrings aren't feeling that great today, but we'll see. But right, Jack, let's get into it. So thanks for obviously coming on and taking part in this. So we'll start off with question number one, and question number one is: since the restrictions have eased, what would you say has been the biggest change to your business?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess for me, because I haven't worked in sort of traditional estate agency in that sort of capacity for over a year, I maybe haven't felt the changes as much as some of my peers. Obviously I don't have the office, so I'm not sort of having to deal with restricted staffing levels and screens up and that type of thing. But I guess for me, it's the online viewings really that it's really sort of changed in the business. I mean, you've probably seen now on the property portals, there is the online viewing tab. And it's almost something that buyers are expecting, the ability to be able to view a property, whether that be by one of these kind of Matterport kind of digital,
of course. Yeah.
Or very much like what we do with the video tours. We do video tours We wanted to do it beforehand anyway, but now, we know there's a huge demand for it. Whereas before we were kind of pushing it, like, if you come with us, we'll give you these video walkthrough tours. People were like, okay, yeah, do I really need it type thing? Well, now it's a staple. It really is. I think any agent out there today that's not doing it is missing a trick, and it doesn't have to be expensive. You can do it with a smartphone, or you can go a bit more upmarket, like we do. But yeah, I think that's here to stay.
It makes your job a lot easier as well, because buyers have already practically viewed it before they come in, for the initial viewing, which I suppose makes your, like I say, your job a hell of a lot easier. But no, good point. Question 2 is: during the pandemic, have you learned any valuable lessons that you wish to share? That could be personal, business, anything.
Oh, okay.
Mine's don't eat everything in the fridge is mine, but
that's a good one. I mean, despite this is going to sound bad, completely contradicting what I've just said about the online viewings, but generally, I think the value of human contact, really, just being able to shake a hand like that was so strange. As I say, I've spent 15 years with, hi, I'm Jack from Abshot Estates. Nice to meet you. Well, there was none of that. So no shaking hands. This is wonderful that we can do this. And, WhatsApp, Zoom, it's better than no contact at all. But I think, the human element of business and yeah, just being able to give people a hug, mate.
Yeah, I know. I said to some of the guys in the office a few weeks ago, it makes me feel a bit on edge when I even see people shaking hands on TV. I think, I haven't done that for a while, but yeah, no.
Look at you sideways glance and go,
yeah, I know.
What are they doing?
No, very true, very true. Question 3 is: if you had the power to set the lockdown restrictions, what would you implement and why?
What generally?
Anything. You can get yourself going back and watching the football if you wanted to.
I would like that, but that from my own selfish point of view. But it kind of is. I think exercise. I mean, as you know, my business is based in the grounds of the Abshot Country Club, and with over sort of 2,000 members that aren't now able to routinely exercise. So for me, if I could change one thing about the lockdown restrictions or set the rules, I would actually say, let's have the gyms open. Let's get them open, because it's so important for people's health, well-being, mental health. I think, they're missing a trick by not letting people exercise in gyms. Yeah. But, I'm sure there's lots of people that disagree with that, but I
think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I was quite frustrated because I was about to join when they closed them this time.
Yeah, me too.
January. No, I agree, especially for people's mental health. I mean, I actually had one of these interviews with a guy who set up a mental health business in between lockdowns, and has been pushing it a lot more. And it's an eye opener. It's an eye opener, and definitely, I can see why there's such a petitions going on to get them done. But no, definitely. Question 4: what do you enjoy most about the new normal?
What do I enjoy the most about the new normal? Well, again, I made the decision to start Abshot Estates purely because, obviously I wanted to run my own business and offer a certain level of service to clients. But I'll be totally honest, I also did it for a better work-life balance. And I know that a lot of my peers and a lot of my friends in the business that work in traditional and all sorts, they've all benefited from that more flexible, not being rooted to the office, Monday to Friday, 9 to 6. So I think, the flexibility and people's understanding for flexibility, like people just, they get the fact that, we're not just here, solely to sort of, be at everybody's back.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
But then, with a bit of downtime and a bit of rest, the service that we do offer when we are there is much better. And
you'll see. I mean, there's loads of articles which have been issued, hasn't there, sort of throughout the last lockdowns, that people's production have been so much more with them working from home because they can, log on at 9, go and grab a coffee, or eat. It's I totally agree. totally agree. And I think that, that could be a massive change in the market, which was probably probably needed. Which I know we had an initial chat before we came on cam. Thanks for that, Jack. Question 5. I don't know if you're a traveller, but if you could be anywhere in the world right now without COVID-19 being an issue, where would it be and why?
Gosh, I mean, there's so much of the world that I'd still love to go and see. I'm not, I hate to say, particularly a well-travelled person, but I would say probably somewhere with the family, with the kids, Wales, Cornwall, somewhere like that. We go on holiday every single year to either Wales or Cornwall, and we've done that before, COVID and staycations kind of things. I mean, and we've had some lovely times. I've got 3 children. Eldest is 14, and the youngest is 7, and we've a 10-year-old. So, we've spent many, many happy days on the beaches and climbing mountains and entertainment, and that's what I'd love. Just take me to a cracking family holiday, to a bit of downtime, quality time. You don't get it back.
No, I totally agree. I think we haven't done anything really. We've been in the house all year, like most people really. But no, definitely some lovely parts of the world. I haven't been to Wales as much, but definitely some lovely parts of the world down in Cornwall. But look, Jack, that's been.
You can get the weather.
Oh well, I know. Well, we went to St Ives a few years ago, and that was absolutely perfect. It was it's the year before last. It was scorching hot all summer, but it was absolutely lovely, really nice. But Jack, look, thanks for coming on and having the conversation about those questions. There, it's really insightful to see how it's affected your business and what you've done and how you've been prepared for it. So thanks very much for that. But just before we go, I don't know if you want to reel off your website, contact number, how they can contact you if our followers want to get in touch and sell their property.
A new book coming in now. You can contact us on the telephone 01489 573 936. Email us office@abshotestates.com, website abshotestates.com, and of course we're on all forms of social media and pretty active on there. So just get in touch.
Lovely. Thanks, Joe. Well, thank you very much for coming on. And it's been a pleasure, and I'm sure, hopefully we'll catch up for a coffee soon when this is all a proper coffee, should we say.
Maybe have a game of tennis.
Hey, good shout. Good shout. Thanks, Jack.
Cheers, Dan.